The police ministry is in Kanyamazane, Mpumalanga today to engage with the community on gender-based violence and crime prevention. The imbizo is set to focus on the role of men in preventing acts of violence against women and children. Police say they've responded to numerous GBV incidents in the province since the start of the month. In the latest case, a 14-year-old pupil was allegedly raped by a high school teacher. He was arrested after the child's mother reported the case. Well, Newzroom Afrika's Mweli Masilela is tracking that story for us from Mpumalanga, and he joins us now live. Mweli, it's great to see you as always. An incredibly important story, an incredibly important issue. But as always, we ask the question, is it just a talk shop? What are some of the practical steps that police will be announcing there today?
Yes, indeed, Michelle, that question always arises because we know that already since the beginning of this year, we don't know as to how many imbizos have been held across the province. And the Minister of Police, including his deputy as well, they've been crisscrossing the country talking about the very same issue. We know that he's coming here to Kanyamazane specifically because of an incident that happened about 2 weeks ago, Michelle, where a 41-year-old teacher allegedly raped a 14-year-old pupil from a local school here. We know that the case has already been caught twice, Michelle, and we are hoping that at the end of the day, in as far as community members are concerned, justice will be served, because this is a matter that they've been complaining about for quite a number of times now. I can tell you, Michelle, that as we are speaking now, there is a march at the Masoi police station where community members are saying that police should actually do more to protect women and children and also prevent other crimes. We know that there's been quite a lot of those gender-based violence cases reported in that particular area. But also again, Michelle, as we speak, you are asking the question of whether this is just a talk shop or we will be seeing some action or some solutions coming into place. We know that today there's another court case whereby a 41-year-old man is appearing at the Newzroom Magistrates Court. He has been on the run for a week now, being wanted by the police for stabbing and killing his wife. It's not only about his wife, but also we know that he's facing 2 other charges besides the murder charge, a charge of attempted murder because he also stabbed 2 children. So that gives you a scenario to say that as much as these imbizos are being held across the country, when it comes to prevention, it looks like these cases are continuing. We are talking about also the issue of justice being served. Michelle, you will know of the story of that 47-year-old woman that has been waiting for 10 years for justice to be served after she was raped by his employer as she was working there as a domestic worker. Until that case started in 2014, and only about a week ago that case ended up being resolved. So those are some of the questions that we are going to get from the side of the community. Those are some of the issues that we are expecting the people of Kanyamazane and surrounding areas to be raising with the minister. As much as some community members, Michelle, say that police do their work, they arrest, but they are not happy with the manner in which some of these cases are handled in courts, Michelle.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and of course, it's not just a police responsibility, right? This is not the gender-based violence scourge, not only in Mpumalanga, but around the country. It's not the responsibility of just police. That's not where the only gaps lie. Certainly, there are gaps in terms of things like visible policing and more boots on the ground. But it's also about issues like street lighting in communities. It's around issues of proper water and sanitation, of me not having to walk 200 meters to the nearest tap or toilet.
Yeah, Michelle, I might have missed some of the question, parts of the question there because of the loud music behind me. But what I can tell you is that what we know at the present moment is that this imbizo is not just starting here at the stadium. The police minister, Pegikele, started in Bombela. That is where he's meeting traditional leaders as well as church leaders, because as you have rightly put it, this is a matter that can't be only given to the police to deal with. Community members must play a role. We know that it's not only church leaders and traditional leaders that are part of that engagement. We know that community police members are also part of that engagement to try and get short-term as well as long-term solutions in as far as this matter is concerned. But this imbizo, they've branded it, Michelle, as imbizo yamadoda, which actually means that men should be the ones leading in this conversation, because when you look at the reality, it's that men are always, in terms of numbers, they are the ones that are seen to be actually being the perpetrators in as far as gender-based violence is concerned. So indeed, there is that broad perspective to say everyone must contribute in dealing with this scourge of gender-based violence. That is why then the minister started with that engagement in Bombela, where he's meeting with the traditional leaders as well as church leaders, members of the community policing forums, as well as some government stakeholders. Michelle.
Mweli Masilela is live to us there in Kanyamazane in Mpumalanga. Thanks very much indeed for that.